go from visual learner to now you have to learn just hearing. It was just imperative for me to get involved with the community. What I feel helped me, and that's Christ, care, and community. I believe in the power of prayer, God's word. Then care. Care comes because everybody has a different story. I'm not going to change that because now I have a disability, but I believe that caring for yourself and putting yourself first is very important to recognize community, because that to me is how you grow. When you're facing your challenge, you feel like you're all alone.
A green-tinted screen and braille lettering pops up that turns into the white Lighthouse of Houston logo. The Sightless Voices Unleashing Potential cover art pops up on screen. There's a flash, then clips of Jennifer's eye, her walking down the hall, and reading braille appear. A montage of clips from episodes of the podcast begins with Jennifer talking to our guests and smiling. It zooms in on the Sightless Voices Unleashing Potential cover art.
What's up, guys? It's your hostie with the mostie, Jennifer Parrish, back with another episode of Sightless Voices Unleashing Potential. We have another wonderful guest today, Miss Shante Hines. She is a vibrant voice in our community. Shante is a proud member of the Lighthouse Choir, an active participant in our community support group, and a recent attendee of the Lighthouse Expo. So she's got a lot of stuff going on. Before we get started, we're going to describe the set for our blind listeners. We're seated in blue chairs with wooden tables next to us. Behind us is a white brick wall, blue lights, and a neon lighthouse sign. Shante, thank you so much for being here today. Could you start by telling us a little bit about your vision loss journey and then how you first got connected with the Lighthouse of Houston?
Well, my vision loss journey started in 2021 with uveitis, and it was just scrambling around trying to find what was going on. I finally got into an ophthalmologist that my husband was seeing, and he just basically treating me with different eye drops, and that was a journey because I couldn't even open my eyes to the light. It was just extreme pain, and it was painful and it was too bright, and we're just kind of going through, and then it went on to floaters. So I didn't really have a peace about it, but they talked me into getting an eye injection, which led to me developing scar tissue over my left eye. And so I went from vision to pretty much, other than light, no. So they were trying other injections and everything. And then I come to find out the particular injection had caused blindness. I found out, that there are people that had these lawsuits against this particular injection.
Drug maker?
Yeah. You said what?
The drug maker, like the maker of the injection?
Exactly.
Wow.
And so that was really, really challenging, especially after talking to some attorneys, and they were like, oh, really, your case, it's not much you really can do about it. Yeah. You're like, almost like a, I don't know, like a needle in a haystack. And with that, pharmaceuticals, it's got to be on another level for you.
Big pharma, baby.
Yeah, exactly. So, and then, the floaters, basically continued, but then I began to get leakage. And then
the vitreous fluid or whatever?
Yes, a fluid and blood. And I was just like, what in the world?
Holy
back
moly.
then it would leak, but I still had great vision in my right eye because I was an eye I would not let them inject.
Touch. Yeah.
I was like, it's an absolute no.
So this is uveitis in both eyes, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And explain what that is. Itis is obviously an inflammation. What is it? The uvea?
Yes, I mean it's basically it's an inflammation and of the eye, but there are different levels and severities of uveitis.
Okay.
So some people, uveitis, they get it just when they're under stress. And so there are different versions. So mine was just, I did not realize that I had uncontrollable high blood sugar. So mine was caused by diabetes.
Got it. Okay.
So when
I
got to the doctor and they're like, you're a type 1. I said, a type who? There's no way. No one's ever said, no, you're type 1, da-da-da-da. So they put me on insulin and changed my diet. In 3 months, I went from like a 12 point something to like a 6.0.
A1C.
My A1C.
Got it.
So they realized, you're type 2, you're not a 1. But
Told you.
But in the meantime, the blood and the fluid started to affect because first it was just my left.
Right.
Then it started. Then I had the eye injection. It compromised, and then I started the leakage on my right eye, and basically, they were just telling me, well, we can't do anything about the left eye. We messed up, but we can try, to give you surgery on your right eye. And so, but basically they were just saying, but you're not going to be able to drive. You're still not going to be able to do this. And I said, well, what's the purpose of the surgery? And so, at that time, my doctor didn't with, just infection and other things. They just didn't recommend the surgery. So here I am.
Of course. What's your vision like now?
Well, basically, I do have vision. I have more outside, so I can still see colors. Maybe not exactly. Usually they're in the family. So if it's an orange, reddish, so I can see colors and lights and, faces. I just can't see them clearly.
Right.
So in the right lighting, I'm just like I don't feel like I have a visual impairment. But when it's time to do certain things, that of course require that. And, just recently I had to give up my license.
Oh, wow.
ID. That was like after driving so long. So yeah, that was kind of tough, but I was like, okay, it's gonna be all right.
You're in the right community to face those challenges, because there's many people, that have also had to deal with that. And I can't imagine, like I've been blind all my life and never driven, so I can't imagine what it's like to have it and lose it.
Right.
Like,
you have to give it up. Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
So I have to remind myself, well, you need to be grateful, because I'm meeting so
Yeah.
many people like, I've never driven and I'm almost 60. I'm like, what?
It's totally okay to be pissed off, though. You're allowed. You're
exactly.
allowed.
Oh,
You know what I
believe
mean?
me.
Feel the
Yeah.
feelings, because it's okay. I mean, you're allowed to be mad, but then again, it's just now it's time to move forward. So besides driving, what were some of the emotional and practical challenges that you faced early on?
Well, I mean, I still feel I am early on. Because in
Right.
2023, I was classified as legally blind. And so for me, it is still a journey for me, because, just battling with depression and just the everyday task.
Yeah.
My countertop is dark, it's just, thank God my floors are, so it's a lot of little things. It's
Contrast
easier,
stuff, yeah.
that when things are contrast, but of course, just not being able to be in the kitchen like I used to be, and enjoying cooking, and that's a process of learning. But I don't know. I guess I feel sometimes I'm hard on myself, because it's like learning how to walk. I mean, when you get to this stage, you're learning basic things. So from sitting down at the table and not knocking over everything, because you're used to moving.
Spilling your drink.
I know, right? 100 miles an hour. I'm like, look, I needed to go cup, and
Right.
so I could easily see that.
Just sip it.
So it's it's the challenges are just every day. Okay.
Yeah.
Getting you need to be more organized, and when you already had organized challenges with sight, so
Right.
without it, it was just like
Right.
it's so frustrating.
Yeah.
So it's it's learning to understand that you have to learn where you are, and it's okay, because you go from visual learner, and you have your hearing, you can write it down, to now you have to learn just hearing.
Right.
So I am definitely still in the early stages.
Are you aware of the cooking and independent living classes that we have here at the Lighthouse of Houston?
Yes, I
Okay,
have.
good.
Yes, I have heard about. But I'm in such a learning mode. I'm trying to learn JAWS,
Good.
so I can get back on the computer. I'm trying to
Yes.
learn voiceover, and I have a few sessions, and that's a whole story there.
Right.
So my biggest focus is, getting myself where technology is an easy process to help me
Baby steps
in this,
too.
during this journey. It's so vital. So I'm not able to get to, all the different classes, but I know it's a process for me. So,
Yeah.
when I can, I'll definitely be there.
Absolutely. You're moving forward, and that's what you got to do. Like one thing at a time. Learn the technology, learn the independent living skills, learn all that kind of stuff. But you got to do it at your pace, because you don't want to get overwhelmed
Absolutely.
at all. How did you begin to rebuild your confidence and independence?
Well, I think for me, it was just imperative for me to get involved with the community.
Yeah.
And the ironic, because one of the first person I met was Ron Graham.
Oh, yes.
And he is just amazing. We live on the same side of town in the
That's
boonies,
awesome.
you know.
Love it.
Humboldt, Kingwood area, but he was such an inspiration. And he really led me to the great Victoria.
Yes.
And it's so interesting because she is really the person that I met here at the Lighthouse of Houston.
Yes, our manager of education and training, Miss Victoria Hillard. Shout out.
Yes,
Yay.
absolutely.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. Okay.
Yes.
So how did Victoria help?
Well, I think this was in 22, and I had that opportunity with my daughter to go to Cairo, Egypt.
Oh, wow.
And so I didn't have a cane. So, of course, my vision was better then. But
Right.
and so I was waiting for TWC, and she said, "Darling, you're going to be waiting. Like, what you need to do is get one of your family members to get you here, and you can go ahead and purchase a cane." And she gave me a little, walkthrough on what you need to do, how to, walk back and forth. Don't worry about them. She just gave me a short, and off to Egypt I went.
You went?
I went.
How did it go? That's
It
cool.
It was the greatest trip of my life, and I've been
Wow.
to some great places, but.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm on the Nile River. It was incredible. I am standing where they hid Jesus in the Bible. It was truly by far the greatest trip. And then my mother, she's been all over the world. She's like, "Oh, that's on my bucket list." So it was 3 generations of us there.
How cool is that?
Yeah, so
That's
it was incredible.
So did you use your cane a lot there? Did you get a lot of sighted guide? How did that go?
Yes, I was very fortunate. It was the first trip I ever took without my husband.
Yeah.
And because my 19-year-old, she's 19 now, but she wasn't there. But she, she's all over the place. And then my mom, she stuck. She made sure. But I had a security person, and they were very, very possessive. I was just like,
Oh,
"Oh,
yeah.
please don't leave me," because
Totally.
and they actually walk with their guns. You can film on the side. I'm like, okay, I know
Nice.
I'm safe, and yeah. So I did have guides. So
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Like
they were like-
you had a detail.
I did.
How'd you score that?
That was just part. They always have security.
Got it.
Whenever they travel. I'm going to give a shout out to Twist for Girls. So it's an organization
Okay.
that tries to invest in the lives of young girls and get them future and college bound, and they always have a great trip. And that trip came, and it was always a dream of mine. And it was really like a $25,000 trip that we went on
Yeah.
for $2,500 a piece. It was
Wow.
only
That's
$5,000
cool.
for my daughter and I. So it was just a
steal.
trip of a lifetime, truly.
What would you say to someone who is newly navigating vision loss? Like, what advice would you give them?
Well, the advice I would give them is what I feel helped me, and that's Christ, care, and community. So for me, Christ, my God, my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, is why I am where I am today. I believe in the power of prayer and God's word. Then care. Care comes because everybody has a different story. I'm meeting so many different people. There's so many different rare cases, and so I get to learn. So you have to really learn what you need, because what you need may not be what I need. And so it's kind of this ever journey of learning, taking care of yourself. And, because people see me trying to put lipstick on or whatever. And I'm like, I'm always going to wear lipstick. Okay.
Right.
I'm just never going to be like, oh, just forget it.
Right.
Because that was who I am. And I'm not going to change that because now I have a disability. But I believe that caring for yourself and putting yourself first and understanding you're just as important as you will, whatever it is, because I meet people in wheelchairs, with different conditions. And, then community, which has really been a strength for me, and getting involved in meeting different people and being involved with the fact that I have a voice and I want to be the best advocate, not for myself, but for the community as a whole.
Right.
So community, I think, is so important, putting God first, caring for yourself, and then putting community. And then as you reach out in community, you learn about resources.
There you go.
So there are resources that we need. When I think about the Lighthouse of Houston, I just love being here every time I come. I'm the best O&M trainer. Ruby, she's amazing.
Yay, Ruby!
Yay. So, but I really can say that I have benefited in so many different ways. And that would be my encouragement.
Awesome.
The 3 C's.
3 C's.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So, what has helped you most in adapting to daily life?
Well, gaining as much knowledge
Yeah.
on the different areas of my life. So whether it be mental, I started out with a therapist here. I believe her name was Melissa.
Melinda? Maybe?
Melinda.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got
Yes,
it.
I started out, it's been about a couple of years, but so I think being able to focus in on what you need for the whole person. So
Right.
your mental state, because I still have to battle with depression.
Of course.
And so finding out what is it that makes you happy. So that's why I love to sing, with the Lighthouse Choir,
Yay.
and then I've been singing with others in the community. And so it is so important to find out what keeps you motivated,
Absolutely.
what keeps you happy, because it's different for different people. And so I think finding what that is and continuing to do that and understand you got a purpose.
Yep.
We all have a purpose.
Everybody
here.
got a purpose, baby.
So you are
right.
important. And so realizing that and, being willing to be brave, because
Yeah. You
you
have to be brave.
in this. I mean, where there is, we got to go on the street and we got to walk and we got to cross, and
Right.
it doesn't matter. You got to walk into a convention that you've never been
And
to.
ask for assistance.
And
That's
ask for
another one.
Yes,
That's one I still struggle with, because I don't like to bother people. I'm like, can you
Yes.
help me out? Like, I don't like that. But
Yes.
you still got to do it, man, or you're not going to get what you need to get accomplished.
Absolutely.
How did you talked about Melinda. Was that how you first got involved with the Lighthouse, or was it something else?
Yes, that was just one of the resources at that time. I found out, I was like, oh, they have therapists here. And I found out that she worked with people that were visually impaired. So
Cool. So did someone like direct you to the Lighthouse? Like, how did you hear about us?
I was actually referred by the Lighthouse. I believe my counselor. I started
okay.
hearing from different. I think Ron told me about the Lighthouse. So you guys, I was just your a referral from both, because TWC, they have different people they send here. So
Yeah.
I found out that way.
Any other programs you've participated in?
Well, I mean, I'm a part of, different organizations, the NFB, and I am, they've been great. I love to hear about the advocacy and different things, and so excited. They had a great convention, and I was able to get some other resources and learn and just meet some friends and see others there, and then there's the Houston Council of the Blind. HCB, and love their organization and participating. And so VIA, I believe, is another organization that I
So
participate.
many now.
Yes,
So
it's quite
cool.
and now Dreams Elite Social, that's a new one on the block. And
Yes.
we're here now with our,
Tell me a little bit about Dreams. I saw you guys at the Halloween thing, and I was like, "You go, girls!"
Yeah.
Like they were out there, just had a little table and was handing out candy and doing all kinds of stuff. So tell us about Dreams.
Well, Dreams Elite Social, the director, my dear friend Danielle, and but we're just an organization that is there for, I feel, that has still the same vision, but we want to make an impact, not just locally, but maybe even globally, and it's just been great. We went to the White Cane Safety Day.
Yeah.
In Austin, and that
That's
was so
cool.
much fun.
Yeah, they party out there.
They party. I was like, man, they're partying there. I love to dance. So,
Right. Yeah, they get down.
Yeah, it was so much fun, and just the confidence that the mission is that, like, there's nothing that we can't do or accomplish. And so I've just really been, I believe by being a part of Dreams, I've been able to be more active because I'm able to get information. And so I've learned, about a lot of the resources here. So I just think it's a great organization to be a part of, realizing and coming together. I think the love, the support that Dreams gives to those that are in this community. I just think it's so beautiful. My birthday was on October 11th, and I had the privilege of I was asked to sing with 3 other of my friends at the White Cane Safety
So
Day.
wait, so this was you and who and Diana, right?
Diana Harada, yes.
Yeah, and Michael Garrett, right?
Michael Garrett and Jason Jones.
Man, you guys killed it. I saw this on Facebook and I was like, wow.
Did you? Awesome.
Yes. Yes. Like they just tore it up, man. These guys were so good together. So let's continue to talk about singing in the choir and all that kind of stuff. So how has the Lighthouse Choir impacted your confidence and sense of belonging?
Well, it's made a great impact, being able to be around more people and kind of, getting to know different people and hearing their different stories. We had the opportunity to sing at the Astros game.
Yes, we
and
did.
that was really
Crazy.
It was really it was just incredible. It was, standing there. When we had to be in the dugout or whatever they want to call it, where you're waiting before you go out on the field. It was like an humbling experience.
Yeah.
It was very humbling. But then when we walked out and we began to sing, it just had a different feel to it. You could feel that you were singing somewhere massive.
Yes, like the echo off the stands
Yes.
was like, oh my God.
Absolutely.
Like we all felt that. Like that was like, holy crap. Like this is real right now. Like
This is really real.
And and it's a lot of buildup too, like because they get you down in the tunnels and you're in kind of the bowels of the Minute Maid Park. I call it Minute Maid still. Sorry, Dyken. Anyhow, but anyway, it's crazy, and and we got to meet Orbit, the little mascot, and but yeah, getting out there and actually singing, man, that was something.
That was
something. What role do you think music in general and creativity and stuff like that has played a role in your healing process?
Oh, I believe it's a big healing, and like I said, for me, I love to sing. So everywhere I go, I'm singing. It's just who I am.
Yeah.
And so I think for me, it's just been really crucial for me, even to sing. And it was on my birthday, and then people were like, "That's what you want to do on your birthday?" I'm like, "This makes me happy. Are you kidding me?" I was so happy. So it's been wonderful. But for me, what is it for you? Maybe it's for you, it's writing. Yeah. Maybe for you, it's craft and creating things. So the important thing is to find out what makes you happy.
Exactly.
Because it may not be singing for you.
Mm-hmm. That's right. You get stage fright?
Not really.
I always ask everybody because I still do.
Oh, do you?
Yes.
I don't know. That's just one thing. Your mom's like, you're not even nervous. And we're up on this stage. I feel a little bit nervous just right at the beginning. It goes away.
Yeah.
So,
I want to be
I don't
like
really
you when I
struggle
grow
with
up.
that. That's why I tell my girls, you guys have the natural. You don't really have stage fright. So you need to use that. Speakers, you
awesome.
get out there.
Man, so. That's very, very cool. Okay, so let's talk about the Lighthouse Expo. So what was your experience like at this event? So just for those that don't know, this is a huge event. We have vendors, we have all kinds of stuff, and just every facet of supporting blind and low vision. So again, tell us about your experience.
For me, it was just great. The assistants, because I'm still in the process of learning all this great stuff as far as my phone. I'm like, I need someone to help me register. It was at another meeting, and everybody was there and so supportive. And for me, it was really exciting. We had one of our tables with Dreams Elite Social, so I was kind of cheering everyone on. So there were people there that I knew, and then I was able to access, different resources. So I just had a great time. I just felt really at home, like it was just so great. I love when I'm here because I know I'm gonna learn something. So I just encourage, hey, you guys have another one. If you didn't make it, you need to definitely make the next one.
Exactly.
You're gonna learn something, you're gonna smile, you're gonna meet someone and learn something. So it's a wonderful thing.
Yeah, it was a very cool event, and I didn't attend it personally, but I heard it was huge. So that's awesome. So why is community connection so vital for people who are blind or visually impaired?
Well, I believe that it's very important to recognize community because that to me is how you grow. And when you're facing your challenge, you feel like you're all alone. You just feel like nobody's going through what I'm going through. And I believe it's very important because then as you begin to become a part and come to events, and then you're able to meet people, you're able to find out, oh my gosh, this person has what I have, or maybe you have it, but this person is going through similar to what I'm going through. So you're able to develop relationships, you're able to get information, you're able to learn the resources and things that are out there for us. And I think that's so important. And it just makes you not feel so alone.
Right.
When I realized, well, I wasn't going to learn sitting around my sighted family, and I have to function with a cane, and I have to function with information that can help me, learning Braille, learning technology. I couldn't do that. So the only way I could do that is to get involved in community. So it's so vital. And I know some people, I went to this, and I said, well, go to the next one, so just keep going. You can always learn something.
Absolutely. Yeah. And man, you sure did get involved in the community, girl. You got a whole lot of stuff going on. So that's really awesome. How do you see the Lighthouse of Houston creating a space for growth and happiness?
Well, first, to continue what you're doing. There may be other ways to do more outreach or to keep informed, but I feel that you guys have definitely been an anchor for this community in regards to partnering, with other community events, and in some ways you guys do that as well. But just continuing to grow with what you guys have already established, because I know you've helped me in so many ways, and I just believe that as we, are able to offer what you're already doing even greater, you'll do better. It'll get better and better.
That's great to hear. All right, so we're gonna wrap up here in a second, but before we do you have any final thoughts for our listeners, and especially those who might be feeling isolated or unsure of where to turn after vision loss?
Well, like I said, my advice would be that I understand where you are, because although I get out there and I do things, that's part of what has helped me. Even when I don't want to get out of this bed. I definitely don't want to get on this metro.
Yes, we all feel that way.
And even in my prayer time, God said, you need to do it anyway. And so I'm trying to do my best, that even when I don't feel like it, which is a lot of the time, but I still make myself do it, is to say that it's okay to feel the way you're feeling. And I believe therapy is really important. And getting someone that you can talk to, and getting yourself to the place where you're getting a handle on your care for whatever your condition or whatever, staying on top of that to the best of your ability, and realizing that you can come and have fun. Like I said, there are activities for us. There are all kind of things out there for us, but if you're at home, you may not be able to know. And then there are great organizations like iBug, which primarily most of their things are, online. So learning JAWS or VoiceOver, learning the technology to help you, because some people can't get around as much, and just getting involved, it's going to help you to mature. And because I'm not who I was 2 years ago. Yeah. And I'm not saying I've arrived, and that is not, because it's still new. I'm still new to this process. But each day that I get up, and even when I don't want to do something and I make myself do it, I always feel better that I did it. So I encourage you to keep going, and don't go by your feelings. And when you make yourself do some things, you'll be happy you did.
Exactly. Yes, you got to get up off your butt and do it, even though it's hard.
Yes.
Like, trust me, I have to tell myself that way. And again, I've been blind all my life, and I still got to go, all right, dude, come on. So anyhow, all right. Well, thank you again for sharing your story with us today, your story and your voice. From your journey through vision loss to your powerful presence in the Lighthouse Choir and the community. You've shown us that connection and creativity can light the way forward, so that's very awesome. To our listeners, we hope that Shantae's story reminds you that you are never alone. Whether it's support groups or choirs or shared experiences, there's a place for you to grow and heal and to thrive. And that's the message for today. So, guys, as usual, you can find more episodes wherever you get your podcast and on our YouTube channel. Be sure to follow us on social media for updates and visit our website at houstonlighthouse.org to learn more about our mission and vision. So until next time, Sightless Voices, Unleashing Potential, that's us. So stay empowered and continue to break those barriers.